guys. Again. So obviously, hopefully you done my first video. So yeah, I'm back. Still just filmed that just a few minutes ago, but still, I got my glasses on. I'm not sure. I think in the last video I probably was squinting. I'll probably put comments about that just in case you like, what is this girl doing? So yeah, thank you for even clicking on this, and let's just get into it. So the title of this video, which should be above, is taking your time. So I don't know where's the right place to begin. Lately I've really started to understand the need to take your time. Everything I talk about, I want it to be related to me. Like some people can talk about relationships, and I don't really have any experiences in these, as you will find out in these areas, but I can only talk about what's going on with me, and maybe it might help someone, or we can help each other and stuff. So for me at the moment in time is really understanding on how to take your time to be yourself, to become the finished product that you are. I feel you can compare yourself a lot as a person. Me personally, I compare myself to other people, and I'm breaking out of it now, by God's grace, that you need to be like other people. You might have friends in your life and you started together, or you started at the same time as them, or like you have people in your family the same age as you. Like for me, that's the case where I see other people are able to do things and doing things, and we're the same age and I can't do it, and it feels like we had the same struggles, and you'll get in there quicker than me, and I think what am I doing wrong, and I try to copy them. And it's really like, I think it's so important to take your time. Now I've realized I'm just going through a process, what is really working in my life at the moment, in the sense where even if you're not Christian, or if you're not you don't have any religious preference or anything, I still, truth is truth for me, and I just believe that it's important to take your time. It's important to not compare yourself to others, especially, I know it's easy to say, and that's the thing I'm realizing, like, it's, oh come on, like, Marie, seriously, sometimes I think to myself, come on, like, why are you doing this? But in that time, you don't even realize what you're doing, and like, you can start doing so many different things just because you want to be like someone else. What is for them is for them. It could be in anything. It could be in the sense where maybe for me, I'll just talk about things relatable to me first. Like maybe someone studies in a certain way. Like for me, I might see someone getting certain grades and I'll copy their tactics, or I might see, because that's a big issue that's in my life with work and how I get stressed over work. That's a major thing for me as a person, on wanting to do well. And your intentions might be really good, but you can't copy that person. And even if you might see someone doing well and better than you at that time, it doesn't mean that that's forever. Like I feel everyone has their own process. Everyone has their own process of change of who they want to be. So, for example, I always used to see, if I can give another example, I always used to see people getting up on stage and performing and doing their poetry, and I used to think, wow, that person is so much better than me. And sometimes you can compare yourself in a way where you think that person is better than you, and in a sense where you put yourself down. You think, I can never do that. Like sometimes when you're taking your time, it's not even that you start acting like the other person, but you put yourself down so much that you can't do the things that you could do in that time. So for me, like, I could see someone going on stage and talking like, wow, that person is so much better than me. And like, even though you can see, oh, that one is so brave. And I really believe that if you can see something in someone else, is usually what you are, what you might be afraid to be, you know. You shouldn't be afraid. You shouldn't be afraid to say, this is where I'm at now. What am I dealing with? Maybe there's a reason why you can't go up on stage yet. There are things you have to deal with, things that you need to accomplish. But some fears you just have to face head on. Like last week, you know, this is kind of what I'm doing my channel as well. This is like now or never kind of thing. And last week Saturday, I hadn't planned to film this video until Saturday a week after. Kind of like, yay. But last week Saturday, I did my first performance where I performed my poem Scared. I think you see it on my channel, but obviously I've improved a bit from then, and I will keep improving. And I've only got myself to measure. I'm not measuring myself to anyone else. And I realised that it's not where you think it is. You know, all things happen in the right time. I'm a firm believer in time, and all things will happen for you in that right time. I think sometimes I have to tell myself that, you know, we encourage each other, we tell each other, you know, things will happen for you in your right time. I don't know what you're going through right now. I feel for me, I'm just in a period of where the only thing holding me back is myself. And I can take my time. Like, I don't need to rush and do what everyone else is doing. Even in your faith, you might be in your faith and you see someone who is the same age as you and they're so like on fire for God, and like you're not there yet. You're still learning and you just feel like something is wrong with you. No, everyone has their own period of growth, whether it be your friends who have boyfriends in their lives, like God knows. Anyone knows, like I've seen that, and you think something's wrong with you, or people haven't getting interested. Like, you go out with your friends and guys are always interested in your friends but never interested in you, and like you want to dress, you know. I think it starts like that, where I know this might be going back and forth, but that's kind of how I am. But it's just what's coming to mind, and I really planned on how I was gonna execute it. But in a sense where what can really happen is when you're not to say, you know, I'm not a expert or anything, I'm just talking just from me, from what I observe, and we can take whatever you feel is right. But a lot of people do things because of what their friends are doing. It might cause them to, not in the sense where what your friends are doing, but people, for example, I'll go back to the example with I'll go back to the example with guys. For example, say a lot of guys are coming up to your friend, and and you start changing the way you dress. You so much become who you are, the way you talk, what you do. You know, I can really identify with that. Like, you might notice you get a lot of attention when you are doing certain things. For me, I can say it was like weaves. When I used to have my French, I used to get a lot more. It felt nice. Like, people will come up to you and say, George, you know, you get attention from guys that you wouldn't, because I look a lot younger for my age. You guys guess how old I am? I look a lot younger, so when I had that, it makes me look a lot older. And it all stems back to yourself. Like, you have to do things for you. You have to take your time. All things will happen for you. You know, you're beautiful just as you are. You don't need you don't need to dress in a certain way. You don't need to, anything you're not comfortable with, you don't need to do. You know, I feel like now I'm in a place in my life where I can say, do you know what, that's not me, that's not my belief system, that's not my values, and I don't need to do things your way for me to have what I want. Because as long as I'm following me, as long as I'm following what I believe in, my faith, you know, on the path that I'm being led on, where God is taking me, I'm gonna be fine, you know, as long as I stay on my own path. And I think no matter what you believe in, you know, I believe whatever questions you have for me, you can give me. But I just feel strongly you should take your time. If I can tell you anything, you might see your friends, maybe they're filling out. I was very, um, I, I, I didn't really have much of a shape. I was quite skinny, scrawny, had a bum, but I was very flat chested. And you can see your friends filling out, and looking older, and you want to look older, and you want to do all these things. Don't do anything that you don't want to do. Everything will happen. Just as it takes time for a most beautiful flower to bloom, that's you. You know, with the right water, feed yourself the right things. You know, feed yourself, put yourself where there's sunlight. Allow yourself to be exposed to the best light ever. You know, let water feed you. Let yourself grow, and you will grow in the right direction. You won't grow crooked, and don't put acid on your flower that you won't grow in the way you intend it to be. You know, you could be a rose, and what a rose, let's just say hypothetically in another world, let's just say like roses need water, but daffodils need acid or something like that, and you want to feed yourself, you want to grow to be like them, but you feeding yourself acid, that's not going to grow you. That's going to kill you. It's going to kill who you were meant to be. You're a rose, you're not a daffodil, or you're not, I know this is some weird examples, but I just feel like for me, really, really and truly, that that's where my heart is now, is really taking my time. You know, there's a lot of pressures, especially in my age, like to know who you are and to be strong in who you are, and to do. Like, it's okay not to be okay. Like, seriously, I think it is, because once you know you're not okay, you can do what it is to be okay. But if you pretend like to be okay and not take your time where you're at and run to follow your friends, you run in your own race. You were born, and even I tell myself this, I was born alone, and I'm gonna die alone, and I'm the only one accountable to my own life. You were born alone, you'll die alone. We're all born like that. It's easy for us to say, but when you live it, for me, I struggle, as I'll talk about, I struggle a lot with my self-esteem. A lot of people don't know that, but I struggle a lot with my confidence. It's not always a very apparent. A lot of people know you, but people who are close to me can realize, and a lot of people might see it where I don't, in public, if I don't know you, I find it very hard to talk to people because of things I've been through, and that has an effect too. That might affect you taking your time. You might have some problems within yourself. Like for me, having low self-esteem might make me think that I can't take my time where I'm at, because I might see where they are and see it's never attainable to me. So I might just give up on what I'm trying to do. So, for example, giving up on doing live shows altogether because you have this problem. You're this, you're that, you're the whole nine. You'll never be good at it. You can't do that. That's not for you. That's for them, and that's this them and us and them and me. And no, you can do that. There will be a time for you to do that. I don't know where you're at right now. I don't know what you're going through. What if I can say that? That's what I tell myself. And any advice, you should always take your own advice. And that's what I tell myself all the time when I wake up. A lot of the time I might worry, oh my gosh, I've got all this work to do. That's not the spirit that's within me. I'm not created with a spirit of fear, and neither were you. No matter what you believe in, I'm sorry, I don't believe that you were created with a spirit of fear. So there's no need to fear the future. You can take your time. You are gonna grow into the beautiful person that you are. Continue to be you. Allow yourself to grow. Allow yourself to understand. Allow yourself to go through the process of growing up. Especially, I like to say, for any young girls who are watching this, because I know for myself, I never allowed myself. I would run away when it was time to grow. Allow yourself to grow. Don't pretend everything's okay because everyone seems to be okay. It's alright to not be okay. You know, your weakness will be your strength. You know, this is my weakness, is talking in front of people. I know it's camera and stuff, but still in my mind it might be like, oh my gosh, they're not gonna receive it properly. Oh my gosh, they're gonna bash me on in their comments, and oh my gosh, what if they don't like me? What if I get 0 subscribers? Oh my gosh, like you realize those thoughts are always not true. You know what? The devil is a liar. That's it. What it is for me. Whatever you believe in, whatever you feel, that's not true. You must know, like, even if I go it from a psychological perspective, there's this therapy I really like in psychology. I'm not sure if you know about it, and if you're struggling, something I might refer you to, other than my faith, which I believe is the answer to everything. I believe Jesus is the answer to everything. I don't force, anything on anyone. I just pray for everyone to experience what I'm going through. But something that I think is aligned with it is very similar, of what I know of it. I'm not an expert on it, so just in case I get comments like, CBTs don't like that, from the cyber gangsters, I guess, to me. There's this thing called cognitive behavioral therapy. I'm really into to this therapy. When I was studying it for my exam, I don't know in its entirety, but from what I do know of it, it's the premise of it is like, what it's based on is that you can change any thought can be changed, and I do believe in that. I believe any thought can be changed. Any negative, it always looks at negative thoughts, doesn't really look at positive. Like people who are depressed and stuff, and they might have these thoughts, it looks at all have anxiety disorder, because that's what I was so interested in, anxiety and depression. And you might have these thoughts that, oh, they're looking at me, they're looking at me, they're looking at me. It looks at the situation, you feel those in, and how to replace those thoughts. It helps you to replace negative thoughts. I believe anything that stopping you from taking your time can be removed. Boys will always be there. For boys, I always direct it at girls, because I struggled a lot in my teenage years. I'm still there, but guys as well, girls will always be there. Don't fight to be like your friends or whatever. Take your time. All these things will always be there. We always rush. We're in a microwave culture. We want to put sorry, we want to put, it's just like Adam Marie and stuff. What could be his name? Johnny. Add Johnny and stuff. Add Sarah and stuff. And like, just take your time. Just really, it's so easy for me to say, but just look at your life. That's what I do. And in my time now, it's I feel like I'm kind of not really in the taking my time, but the taking my time to be closer to God, taking my time to looking at the place I'm at, and don't compare myself to what they're doing. Just really be where I am at, where I'm in with my relationship. And yours might be taking your time to date. Maybe you want to love yourself first. I believe for you to love someone, you need to love yourself first. It doesn't matter if you're 13 and all your friends are doing it. So what? Like, don't feel pressurized. People can pressurize you into not taking your time. I know this is gonna be a long video. I talk so much, but if you're here with me, don't turn me off and watch EastEnders or in America. What do Americans watch? What do Americans watch? I don't know. Real Housewives, or I don't know. That's a reality TV show. I don't know. I watch Second Generation Wayne. But you might be watching something on BT. Like, please don't turn me off. Take your time. I don't want this to be too long and go at you in that way. But wherever you are in your life, look at an area where you feel you might be comparing yourself. Sometimes we don't even know. Just try and evaluate yourself. I really believe in evaluate. Let's do this together. Anything that you're struggling with, you want to write about, you want me to talk about, let's talk. From a psychological, because I always mix my faith with whatever. So whatever I take, and I let it go. I know everyone might be different faiths. I'm just important, you know. I just want to share who I am. You know, this is my own belief. This is where I base everything on. So I don't. It might not be for you. That's okay. But I just want to share that with you as well. So just share my own light with you, whatever is going on with my life with you as well. So yeah. In anything, in any place you're struggling in, like, just take your time. You have the whole world to become who you want to be. You have big dreams. You know, and maybe your intentions are good, like mine's were. You know, I want to be close in my relationship to God. I want to be on fire like that person. Like those who are Christian will know, like being on fire for God, and I want to be just like her. You know, she's got it all together. Those people, they don't even have it all together. That's another thing. Those people you compare yourself to, they probably even might be even worse than you, because those who have a greater thing, like that person might be in a relationship with that guy. It looks so great on the outside, but you don't know what he's doing to her. You don't know what kind of problems he's putting her through. Like, are you ready for those problems? A lot of the reasons why you don't have anything is you're not even ready for that, you know. So yeah, and you might not have a girlfriend in your life because you're not ready to be a boyfriend. You know, you're doing or whatever. Because you know, in England we have linking, whatever. Like, I don't know. I just think when you get there, there's gonna be a lot of burden. So where you are, deal with what you have now, and then you can move on. You know, to I can't remember how it goes. Too much is given. I can't remember. I don't want to get it wrong. But anyone who, I'll just kind of paraphrase, anyone who has something so much in their life, they're any if you have anything, if you have a boyfriend, or if you have a strong faith, if you have this, it will always be tested. It will always be. They will be going through the same things as what you're going through when it seems like you have nothing. So they might be even more worried than you are. You know, to keep him. She's got him. She got to keep him now. You know, or she's in her faith. Her faith. Oh gosh, sorry. Her faith will be tested as well. You know, in a way that yours might not be. You know, she might be tested in a different way that you can even handle. So take what you have. You can handle where you're at. Grow where you are. And, you know, together we can just encourage each other. You know, I know it's hard when you have issues within yourself, when you haven't got confidence. I'll do a video, if you'll be interested in a video about social anxiety disorder, LSD, low self-esteem disorder, or things that I don't even say I have them, because I have struggled with them, but they don't define me. That doesn't come under what I believe. Anyone who struggles with negative thinking, I feel like that's another one. That's what forms all of them. Anyone who's going through anything, you know, I can talk. These are things I can talk on. You know, I'm not really good in the relationship front, but you know, if you want to see a video about social anxiety, even funny videos, like I do funny stuff as well. I know this is quite serious, but take your time wherever you're at. You know, I don't want this. What, 23 minutes? I don't want this to be too long, but just take your time. Be yourself. You're gonna grow into an amazing person. You know, that's what I pray and hope for you. And you're gonna be great. You're good enough. You know, just like they say in The Help. I'm kind. I'm smart. I'm important. You are all that. You are what you want to be. You are ready today. That's faith. You know, that's what I believe in. Not sure what you believe in, but for me, I believe people are what they already are today. You just have hope. Hope is what you can't even see yet, but faith is matching. Faith matches your hope. Faith is that you know you know, you don't know how, but you know that you're gonna be that person. You know, I didn't know I could do a spoken word, but like anyone who knows me, anyone, like some of my friends were like, I'm serious, you're gonna do this, and I was shaking. My friends who were with me, I was shaking, and it was hard. It was hard for me. It was hard because especially the type of poem I'm doing is it that made it. And you know, God is such a funny guy. Like that's I have so many other types of poems, and this was the only poem I know by heart called Scare, and how people might receive it, and like how it's so away from my comfort zone. And this doing YouTube is out of my comfort. Sorry, that happens from now and again. How long is that gonna? I don't know how long it usually does that for a few. Anyways, let's just talk over it. Yeah, it's gone. Oh God. You have to push yourself out of your comfort zone, but when you're ready, don't push yourself before your time. Do little by little, small steps, small steps. Like, now I did the poetry. Okay, I'm gonna leave it for a while. I'm gonna let it marinate for a while, prepare and do better. Take away what I did, and I'm gonna focus on this. And I write books. I'm gonna focus on that. I'm gonna write more, but like I'm just gonna take small steps. Not start running. Be like, oh, okay, I've done my first poetry. Okay, there's something else going on uni on Saturday. Okay, I'm gonna sign up for it straight. I haven't practiced, but I'm just gonna. No, like, because then you're setting yourself up for failure. I'm not saying you're gonna be a failure, but like, take your time. Take your time to perfect yourself in a way, not where you're afraid. I don't mean like you shouldn't be. You should be afraid. You're afraid to do better. You know, that's different. But when you seriously just know, like, I'm just allowing myself to be ready. You know, I think it's important to take time in your craft, whatever it is you're doing. If you want to be a good girlfriend, or I don't know if a lot of people don't really take the time, but anything, you know, even at my own age now, a lot of people are like thinking of being a wife, like, look, oh, you know, I'm gonna be married to him, and so, you know, we're getting out. Well, I told you to guess my age, so let's see. I wonder if you guessed it by now, but like, I'll be 21 in August, so everyone's like, yeah, in the next 5 years you need to be in a steady relationship, because then you're gonna be married and kids, and then like, are you okay with yourself? Are you alright in yourself before you think of matching yourself to anyone else? I don't know. Just make sure you're alright in you. Love yourself. You know, take yourself on. Anyways, we'll talk about that in another video, because you can join me on some of mine. But love yourself. I'll just end like this. I've got so much to say, but I can just sit here for an hour. I don't think you guys want it. Like, I just talk. But love yourself. Take your time. Be yourself, no matter what. Just be the person you were made to be. You were made to live a good life, and don't compare yourself and spoil your destiny. I believe you have a destiny, no matter what you believe in, no matter what you follow. I believe there's a destiny for you. You know. Thank you for watching. You know, I pray for everyone. You know, anything you're struggling with, just message me. You know, I'll be transparent here. You guys just pray for me, as we really should all encourage each other, no matter what you believe in. I like to help people. I like to help people, and I like to help myself. So if you can be like that as well, just think I want to help myself, just do that. Take your time. Love you. Alright, bye. I love my life. I love my life. I love my life. I love my life. I love my